Hey, 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 you beautiful twin flames, and welcome back to Tarot for You 444. It's been a little minute since I've been on, so thank you for being patient with me, and it's really lovely to be back again. I have a direct channeled message where I want to kind of, go into both the divine feminine and the divine masculine as it stands right now for those of you who are in separation. So I'm going to start off. I've got a lot to say today. Obviously, I haven't been on for a long time, so I really have a lot to say. So I'm going to start off with the divine feminine, and I'm going to channel the collective of divine feminine that I feel will resonate most with this post. And of course, if it doesn't resonate for you, it means you might be in a different part of the journey. If you hear any background noise, I have got birds in the background. So, yeah, I apologize profusely. But sometimes, for those of you who follow me, you'll know that I have a couple of budgies and a cockatiel, and they like to talk when I talk. So if you can hear them in the background, hopefully you enjoy the noise and it's not a distraction. So let's start off with the feminine now. I'm going to be channeling what she would like to say. Dear Divine Masculine, this is my last explanation of what I want you to hear from me. I want you to listen intently to everything I have to say so that you can understand my perspective or my point of view. I have in much detail explained to you my own needs. Within any kind of relationship, I would expect that spending time with someone would be something that both people would like to make an effort to do. You have been unable to show a regular effort to me, and no effort does in fact prove to me that there is a lack of love and respect for me at this time. The rules of a relationship in my book must be that love is to be shown by both people every single day, and time must be spent with both people so that the relationship can both grow and flourish. I also believe that excuses are not to be made by each other. When you do this, you put the other person last, and you should probably end the relationship instead of hurting the other person. When we've said times that we've planned in the past, whether that be for texts or calls or to meet in person, sometimes you haven't been there. And I believe that most relationships require this for the relationship to continue. If the parties make promises, both of the people should promise, unless something, of undue circumstance comes up, even if it's not a romantic promise. If there's a promise for a call or a text or a meeting, it should be kept so that the other person doesn't get hurt. The next thing I believe that's really important is to show compassion for the other person, especially when they are grieving or in sadness. I also believe that withholding affection is something that we should not do, especially if we are in a romantic relationship in the physical reality with one another. I believe that withholding love from the other is cruel, emotionally hurtful, and a form of abuse. I know for many reasons that you always seem unable to be able to show up for me. I honestly believe that you think that I should take whatever you dish out, whether that's that you are too busy, that you are working, that you have a karmic to maintain, or a family with more important needs than me. In fact, you expect the feminine to be completely submissive and give you respect, but the respect needs to be earned, and you need to be kind so that I feel like that I want to share love with you. When you do these things and don't show up for me, I feel hurt, I feel neglected, and I also feel like I don't love you very much anymore. How can you love something that shows you no love in return? I know that sometimes my faith has required me to do this, but when I do love God, or whoever it is that I believe in, I feel some reciprocation from that God or from that spiritual being. As a divine feminine, I have always wanted love from the masculine. There have been many masculines in my life, including my own father and other men that I have been with. In some instances, the divine feminine has had a father that made excuses, or a father that didn't show up for her, or a father that was judgmental. Even when the father said they would change, they did not. Maybe they were too busy. Maybe they were always working. Maybe they promised that they would show up next birthday or next Christmas, etc. For some of us divine feminines, we've already been in relationships where we've been hurt, whether that was from a patriarchal figure of the father or another karmic or soulmate that we found ourselves psychologically, physically, or emotionally hurt. As divine feminines, we have always wanted love. And this love is something that we would love to give back to the masculine in our life. But it's obvious how your work comes first. It's obvious how your family has come first. The kind of love that I want is the kind of love where I am shown that I am loved, where I feel as though the love is reciprocated, where I feel as though the love is intimate, and where I feel as though the love can go on into the future and have some depth about it. There's ideas of love in movies, in poetry, and in songs, but it takes real effort to show true love. It takes real effort to forgive you each and every time you psychologically, emotionally, and for some feminines, physically abuse. I also realized that maybe you enjoyed seeing me in pain. Maybe you enjoyed seeing me cry. Maybe you enjoyed punishing me for telling you how I think you should behave towards me. Maybe you punished me by withholding intimacy, withholding affection, not making love to me, allowing me to wait over and over again for your text or your message or that phone call that didn't come, or making me believe that we could have a special future together. I've realized now that I was never really special to you, and that you never really did love me, because love means lots of things. Love means being there for someone. Love means not being judgmental. Love means showing up. And love means being a rock for someone else in the 3D world. I now realize that I wanted too much and that I expected too much. And I'm so sorry that you didn't understand who I am because of whatever reason. Maybe you're caught up in the matrix. Maybe you're married. Maybe you have a mother that needs you more than me. Maybe you have other people in your life which you value more. I never really had any of you in the physical, and I understand this now more deeply than anything. At first I was frustrated, and then I was angry. I did send you a text. I did perhaps call you and tell you how I felt. I did this multiple times, and it didn't matter. You still came back with the same. So I would like to say, I hope that you enjoy your life. I am sorry I wasn't enough to make you want to make the effort for me. I will ask God, or whoever it is that I believe in, to bless your life. I will ask the angels to rain blessings on you. And I hope that you realize how much I did love you before. Okay, so that's the channeling coming from the feminine collective right now. We're now going to get a reply from the masculine. And this reply is going to be very special because he's going to have thought about everything that was just said. So for those of you in separation, now is a really good time to listen to this channeling, because this channeling has taken me about a month to get all the details from. So it's a very important channeling. I think when I upload this, I'm going to put an urgent so that more people get to see it. So if you can like this video and share it, you know, as long as it doesn't invade your privacy to do so, even commenting on it will make it go a little bit further. But for this energy right now, for twin flames in separation, I feel like the feminine really has walked away and is moving on with her own karmic life. And I don't want to see the word karmic as a bad thing, but you know, she's had to take stock of her own life, and a lot of you have moved on with someone else, or are at least thinking about moving on, you know, with a soulmate, as opposed to the divine masculine. So let's assume now that the divine masculine has listened. I'm going to use the cards just to steer point me. Steer point isn't a word, but today it is. Just, you know, so that I've got a guideline of, I already know what I'm going to say because I'm a psychic medium, but what I want to do is I want to have these little signposts of what I want to say first and foremost. Okay, so I've now shuffled the cards. I'll let you know what the bottom of the deck is. It's the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, which means the divine masculine in the past, in the recent past, and for some of you in the lengthy past, has not been there to support you, has not been there to guide you, has not been there to protect you in the physical 3D reality. Okay, so this channeling isn't about the 5D. We already know that divine masculine is with you all the time in 5D. At the moment, they are definitely stuck in the matrix, or have been stuck in the matrix. And now we're going to get the 3D version of what they want to say to you regarding the divine feminine channeling. Okay, dear divine feminine, I've been thinking for quite some time now of sending you a message. I know the last time we spoke, there was some defensiveness in the air, and I know that you don't think very highly of me, and you probably think that I've got some things to learn. The first thing I really want to say to you is that when you challenge me, when you challenge my autonomy of being successful, of working too much, of being too busy, etc., etc., I actually feel quite emasculated by that. I feel as though you are having a personal attack on me, and from hearing what you've just said, I can see that that's true. You are personally attacking me, and I want to come and make some things clear to you. Now, when I come and talk to you, I want you to understand that there have been reasons for my silence. One of the biggest reasons I've been silent is because I've had money problems. I've been worrying about money. I also, if I'm married, have been worried about my marriage. And if I've had any problems with legal situations, I've been dealing with that. In my life, I've felt as though I've been on my own for quite some time. The last 5 years have been very difficult for me, and I've seen people around me passing away, and I've also experienced some unlucky things in my life. I feel as though when you're talking to me about all of the things you want, that you're living in a different reality to me. I feel like you're talking about having rainbows and sunshine and Disney movies and, you know, this kind of love, but I'm wondering if you've got rose-colored glasses on about what's going on in the world right now. You know, can you actually see what's happening? You know, have you witnessed the people passing away? Have you seen the families starving? You know, do you notice what's really going on? Have you even noticed that I have not been myself? I haven't been sleeping very well, and I've been working too hard. I haven't felt like myself, mostly because of my monetary situation, but also because I've been trying to figure out a way through that monetary situation. The real truth is that I have been greedy. I don't really want to say that to you because I don't think you'd understand it. I have wanted my own time. I have wanted to perhaps only offer you small things. I probably owe you an apology, and if I haven't already given you one, I do think you deserve one. I want you to take this letter in context to what I've gone through. I know you're going to say that I'm making excuses again. I know you're going to say that, you know, he's got his hands over his ears and he's just kind of going la 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 to what I've had to say. But I'm not sure that you understand how imprisoned I felt within this life. I know you're going to say that on social media that I look good, or that when you saw me last, you know, I looked amazing, or that I, you know, could have had a tan, or I could have been working out, or I was, you know, looking quite good. But I want you to know that just because you see that on my face, it doesn't necessarily mean that I have all the things. A part of the reason why I feel that we can't be together right now is because I don't have enough money to do that. I don't have the means to come to you with love if I don't have the backing of the money. The other thing is that I feel loyalty to someone else. I feel this loyalty to others in my life that I owe. For some of us, it's our mother. For some of us, it's the karmic. And for some of us, it's we want to kind of play around. I'll be honest with you, sometimes I have thought about other women or other feminine energies. Take gender how it resonates, everyone. And I have wanted to have sex with others. Wow, my throat chakra right now. Just give me a minute. Wow. There's about 35% of the collective saying that they have had some kind of intimate experience with someone else, and that just made me cough. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm going back to the channeling now. I regret that I did this with other people. If I'm religious, I doubly regret it. And I feel as though, because I did it, that my money is now suffering. Like, call me superstitious, but that's what I feel. I'm finding it really difficult to tell you these things. I feel ashamed. I feel as though I can't come back from this. And I feel as though God might not forgive me for what I've done. And I wanted to shed light on this and tell you that I'm different, to tell you that I've wised up some, to tell you that I have been focused fully on my money. And for those of us that are religious or believe in God, we have also been focused on trying to ask forgiveness. I feel as though I owe God an apology, and I feel as though I still have some anger towards you for calling me out on my behaviors. So this might take some months for me to realize before I come back to you, if I decide to come back to you at all. Some of us have a soulmate that we've been seeing. This relationship has not been fruitious. This relationship has been difficult. This relationship has no passion. And this relationship feels stagnant and stifled. And for those 35% of us that did cheat on our current partners or on you, we definitely felt as though we needed a release. Some of us paid money to have sex with women, and some of us cheated on the mother of our children. I don't think I can tell you these things face to face, which is why I'm coming to you through this channeling. I don't know if I am married. I don't know that my marriage will last. I don't feel in love anymore. And I feel like one day I will tell you that I love you. But right now is not going to be the day. So through this channeling, I'm telling you that I love you. I'm also very much in this player energy of realizing that I have some toxic behaviors to fix. Not only do I, perhaps, not all of them, perhaps have a drug addiction, alcohol addiction, sex addiction, I'm also addicted to how it makes me feel when I make money. I like that feeling because it feels like I'm in control. And then what happens is I go back to remembering you. And today is a definitive day where I am remembering you. I no longer love the karmic or any of those women. If I cheated, I no longer love any of them. I may have promised to come to you from the other side of the world, or to make some kind of promise to be with you in the future, and I let you down. I made a decision to not love you. I made a decision to manifest my own dreams and not the love that we had. I'm contemplating what I've done and realizing that I was immature. I don't want you to know these secrets in real life. I just want you to think that I've been working. I don't think I could handle the judgment that comes from you. And I don't feel that I could go through the brokenheartedness of knowing how you feel about what I've done. I was a player. I didn't show up for you. You were waiting for me. You told me, you called me out, and I was defensive, or I ghosted. I've been a fool for not coming sooner. I gave up my home, as in you are my home. I cheated. I lied. I confused you. I ghosted you. I deceived you. I was worried more about money. I told you I was busy. I told you I was depressed. And now you know the truth of what I've been doing. I feel ashamed. I feel like I want to apologize for my actions. But I'm also not completely ready to fully communicate this to you in real life. I feel like I want to go and smoke or drink or go to the gym or pray or something other than talk to you right now. I don't like being called out for my behavior. And like I said before, it's very emasculating. You know, I'm supposed to be the masculine energy. I'm supposed to chase you. I'm supposed to protect you. And I couldn't do that. I didn't do that. Okay, so whoa, that's the end of the channeling from the masculine right now. He's not in denial about what he's done to you, but he would rather go and do something else because that would be easier. So he'd rather go and, you know, smoke a blunt or, you know, do a gym workout or have a drink or go out with his mates, or, you know what I mean? He'd just rather not self-reflect. So obviously there's self-reflection in the channeling, but it might be some months until he comes to you or forward, depending upon where you're at in the journey. And for most divine feminines right now, they're at a place of not tolerating any bullshit, right? They're at a place of saying, you know, I am love, I am light, I am, you know, a beautiful thing in this world, but I cannot continue to be unseen by the masculine any longer. If we just for a moment reflect on the world situation, the current world situation, and I'm not necessarily having a go at genders, because there are beautiful men and there are beautiful women in the world, and as we know, those feminine and masculine energies can be reversed and they can transcend into both genders. So what I want to say about masculine energy at the moment on this planet is that it is distorted. and it has been distorted for a very long time. And it's very interesting how the masculine collective that is distorted wonders why the feminine is rising up and becoming angry or becoming defiant or becoming so in tune with who she is. So there's many feminines right now who are focused on being alone, who are destined to look after the earth or do a charity or something that involves helping humanity in some kind of way right now, or even just their family right now, because of the difficulties we're going through, not only with the health crisis that we have seen in the world. I'm not going to say too much about that, but you know, there has been a lot of people that have passed away, not only from, I can't say it on YouTube, but, also from having the thing in their arm, a lot of people have passed away from that as well. So what I want to say is that health-wise, people have had a lot of issues in the world. Politically, there's a lot of issues going on in the world. And also, as we try and transition into 5D and above, there's a lot of issues going on in the world, and of course financial issues in the world. So right now the masculine is doing what he needs to do to survive in a monetary kind of way. He's putting love on the back burner. He may have cheated, he may still be cheating on, if he's got a karmic, or on you. That's, like I said, that's for 35% of people listening today. So there's a lot going on that's taking the masculine away from feeling into his higher self, feeling into the connection that he had with you a while ago. A lot of them are stuck in the matrix, and some of them are so stuck that, even when you speak to them, you might feel like it's falling on deaf ears, is what I want to say. For those of you who've called your masculines out, that is a big part of the journey. Some of you are thinking about calling your masculines out for not showing up for you in the 3D reality. You have to get angry enough to leave the connection. That's something I really want to bring forward. So for those of you who have left the twin flame connection because your boundaries weren't being met as divine feminine, congratulations, because it takes a lot of effort. You should really congratulate yourself, because what we're seeing in the world right now with the distorted masculine is happening in the twin flame masculine as he perpetuates this distortion. So as he continues the distortion, perpetuating it on and on and on. And it's only when the divine feminine raises up and says, look, I won't tolerate, X, Y, Z. You need to show up for me in a better way. Even if we're just friends, you need to show up for me properly. Otherwise, this is a no-go. That takes a lot of strength and courage, especially because the divine feminine really, really loves the masculine. So keep going. Keep doing that charity that you're doing. Keep helping your family that you're helping. Keep enjoying and spending time on yourself each and every day. Make time to pray. Make time to meditate. Make time to do those things that replenish your soul. Right now, I want to call this a shadow phase that we're in with the masculine. It's a lot darker and deeper than most of the other channels will be reporting. It's kind of like, if you can imagine you were walking along the top of a mountain, right? And, if you're your higher self, you keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. But the masculine went into his ego a few months back, and it's like he fell down into an abyss and he's still stuck there. So he's still utilizing things that aren't for his highest good. Like I said, I mentioned alcohol, I mentioned drugs, I mentioned, sex and other things that aren't for his highest good. And he's been doing those things to cope. So this isn't a judgment at all. It's just that that's what he's been doing to get himself through. And the divine feminine can wait, but she must continue to move on with her life at the same time, if that makes sense. So you already know that in spirit or in the 5D, you are at one with your masculine. He's got some catching up to do because he got stuck in the matrix again. And even if you pull him out of the matrix, which sometimes happens, and you say, where have you been? And he comes back to you and says, I was so busy with this and this and this, and I was doing this, and and he then seemingly, starts to be okay again. He can quite easily dip back into the matrix. And I'm sure as divine feminine, many of you have experienced that, where your ego takes over again. You get pissed off with life, you get pissed off with things, you're yelling and screaming at your kids, or you're angry at those people at work, or whatever it is. And we need to come back into that loving space. Most of you are already there. Most of you are giving yourself self-love. You are doing daily self-reflection. You are praying. You are, trying to be of your highest vibration. Unfortunately, the masculine is still down the abyss. He's still in the matrix trying to catch up. And a lot of you have either, are about to leave the connection, have left the connection, or have been in separation for quite some time. So for those of you who are in separation, I want to congratulate you, because like I said, it takes a lot of courage to walk away, especially when you love them. So know that they are with you in the 5th dimensional consciousness. It can feel, the pain can feel as though, a small part of you has been grieving for a really long time. I want you to embrace that grief and give yourself as much love as possible. So treat yourself as though you've lost someone. Like it's really that crucial. It can feel as though there's a hole in the pit of your stomach. It can feel as though your heart chakra is going to burst. It can feel as though you have depression or extreme sadness at times. But keep going. Keep making an effort. And if you need to reach out to me, I am offering I'm offering 10% off of all readings at this time, because I know that people are struggling in general, with money and etc. etc. So take advantage of that for until I'll do that until the 22nd of April. So if you want to reach out to me, of course, just go to my email, which will be in the description box, and write to me, and I will help you out as much as I can. A lot of you are due for readings with me. If you're feeling inclined to have one, try and get one. I really would suggest that, because this channeling isn't for everyone. Some of you are in different spaces of the journey. This is this was a channeling for the entire collective. So don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Do we want to sing Joyful Joyful? I think we should. I think we should always sing Joyful Joyful, because it just raises the vibration. So before I go, we'll do that. And it's lovely to have you back with me. I've really missed you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll sing it now, and then I'll let you go, because I've been a long time. Just remember, you can speed me up, put me on 2 times. I sound like a chipmunk. It's awesome. Are we ready? Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore you. God of glory, God of light. Hearts unfold like flowers before him. Do, 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 do. Come and join the chorus, the mighty, mighty chorus. La 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 la. Joyful, joyful Lord, we adore you. God of glory, God of light. Hearts unfold like flowers before him. Do, 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 do. I hope to have the gang back soon. I've actually got a surprise for you all very, very soon. So stay tuned. It's a big, 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 big surprise. But I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to keep you in suspense. If you lasted this long, it means you love me. Give me a thumbs up and a subscribe and book a reading when you can. I would love to give you all the goss on your divine masculine, or if you've had enough of your divine masculine, you can talk to me about your soulmate or your karmic or whoever it is that's bothering you at the moment. I also do past, present, future readings, and I'm a psychic medium. So, whatever you want to ask, I can answer the questions. And it's lovely to have you all. Have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, or morning, wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you real soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.